Good people of Kwara State, our government is working hard to make life better for all of us by providing infrastructures in all sectors, roads, transportation, health, and many more.
Government can and will do more if we all pay our taxes.
Yes, especially the land and property tax.
This will enable government to provide social services.
We have the responsibility to deduct taxes from our employees and remit accordingly.
So if you see Kwara State Internal Revenue Service people for your area, no run or fight them. Government don't they do better before. Them go continue to do better for us.
Payment of taxes is very simple. Make sure you collect a receipt for all payments. For continued progress in Kwara, play your part, pay your tax.
For the very first time, the train of Nigeria's Joint Tax Board came to Kwara State. The 137th meeting of the Joint Tax Board held in Kwara State from the 12th to the 15th of March 2017. The theme was Collaborations amongst tax authorities, its impact on revenue generation and service delivery to taxpayers. The Joint Tax Board was established in 1961 with the mission to promote and ensure uniformity, harmony, and efficiency in personal income tax administration. The board is currently composed of chairmen of each state's Internal Revenue Service and is chaired by the executive chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service. Members of the Joint Tax Board were warmly welcomed to the State of Harmony as they were all lodged into the best hotels in Ilori and treated to a sumptuous dinner on the evening of the 12th of March 2017. The evening was filled with lots of good music, rib-cracking jokes, and of course, good food. The Joint Tax Board set about the business of the day early on the morning of the 13th of March 2017 as they made a courtesy visit to the palace of the Emir, His Royal Highness Alhaji Ibrahim Sulu Gambari, where the team was well received and entertained.
I want to greet our August Chairman of the Non-Tribal and Chief Executive of the Federal Revenue Service. And we are here today in the Asian Palace of the Emir of the Lord. As you see the list of emirs and traditional leaders that are here. The reason being, we want to reflect that we are welcoming the Nigerian Tax Authority here, and we are going to advocate for them to know that they are welcome to proceed and be successful for the benefit of the majority of people of Nigeria. That is simply the need. Please. The reason why we call Bible University all the traditional leaders is because they are the most effective communicative system to the grassroots. If we say we are going to support you, it means you don't have to use any money or anything to advocacy to the people. Because we will do it as brothers of the community. I'm very happy to receive you. I thank my colleagues who are coming up. I thank everybody for coming here. We undertake the conference which we have planned out to do. We wish we are going to have a very fine conference. And at the end of it, we all return to our respective destination without problem.
After the visit to the Emir, they proceeded to visit the #1 citizen of Kwara State, the Executive Governor, Dr. Abdul Fattah Ahmed.
We're here to discuss the way forward, collaboration among various tax agencies, the impact on revenue generation and customer service. How one will preach to convert it, I don't know. Because His Excellency has a thorough understanding of finance, a thorough understanding of taxation, and a great vision for this state. From discussions and from what we have heard, we know that this is the state of harmony, but I believe it very soon will become the dairyland of Nigeria. Earlier today, we were with the Emir of Ilorin, and he prayed for us and gave us some words of wisdom. So we're here to receive your advice, your words of wisdom as to how we can partner as various agencies involved in taxation, both at the federal and state level. And also, today, this morning, we did have some interaction with Kwara State's Internal Revenue Service, and they showed us a few things. And we have adopted the blueprints for other states to follow. And basically, from the revenue growth, we can see the results. We are also hoping to see some of the projects that you have embarked on sometime tomorrow, and I'm sure that we'll all be very delighted. And at this point, sir, I'd like to also thank you for hosting us once again and for even taking out time to receive us. And we'll also like you and invite you to declare this conference open once we leave here in this open place. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
We are indeed very excited and delighted to not only receive you here, but also to be the host of your Joint Tax Board meeting here in Ilorin. For us, it serves as a double-edged sword, as a critical support for what we have embarked upon in the last 2 years in transforming our revenue base, but also it serves as a major advocacy on the much needed understanding on how tax requires to be given a strong impetus to drive development and governance. The civic responsibility of tax payments being taken seriously. It requires government efforts in advocacy and government efforts in ensuring that the environment is a lot more enabling for businesses to grow. I'm happy that you've chosen Kwara to come and carry on this meeting, but most importantly, we'll also use it to showcase the efforts we are putting in place in Kwara. We have recognized long before now that the sustainability of growth and development is hinged on a well-methodically designed taxation process. And of course, that led us to, about a year or two ago, to firstly restructure our internal revenue service by changing the people, the process, and technology to drive the process. This has seen a major growth from a modest average of about 500 million per month to about 1.5 billion per month. This is just the beginning. I want to see that you'll be coming in here to compare notes and see how we can come up with very strong policy direction support that would help at the federal, subnational, and of course at the local government levels, where we begin to see taxation taken a lot more seriously. As a matter of fact, I see the coming in of the new chairman as a renaissance for taxation.
Having completed the courtesy visits, the team then proceeded to the state's banquet hall for the day's deliberations. Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed delivered the keynote address and afterward declared the 137th Joint Tax Board meeting open.
The state government has spared no effort in ensuring that the new Kwara State Internal Revenue Service, KWIRS, is supported in the pursuit of the vision of Revenue Organization for Strategic Development of Kwara State. From a paltry monthly average revenue of 600 million in 2015, our reincorporation efforts have moved our monthly average revenue to about 1.5 million within a year of the establishment of KWIRS. This has moved Kwara on the national IGR profile from 18th position in 2015 to the bracket of the first 10 in 2016. I'm confident that this meeting will identify innovative approaches to revenue generation and management for the benefit of all tiers of government in Nigeria. On this note, I hereby declare the 137th meeting of the Joint Tax Board, and I wish you all fruitful deliberations and hope that you will enjoy the rest of your stay in Kwara State, the state of Ghana. Thank you and God bless.
The Executive Chairman of the Kwara State Internal Revenue Service, Dr. Muritala Awodu, gave the welcome address.
The Joint Tax Board have been moving around various states with this meeting taking place, and we have been beneficiaries of such meetings. But for the very first time, we are also hosting members of the Joint Tax Board. But the basis of our hosting is perhaps more relevant because of the theme, which is about collaboration among the tax authorities. And we believe sincerely that the good work that you started by reforming the Internal Revenue Service is good enough to showcase as a model for other states to follow. In that respect, sir, we sincerely appreciate all that you have done to make this hosting the success that it has become. What that is giving unto us, the Internal Revenue Service, is the challenge to even do better. Because now the entire Nigeria knows that something is happening in Kwara, and we believe that what they will hear, even from now on, is better news about the revenue service of Kwara State. So, I want to use this opportunity to welcome sincerely all members of the Joint Tax Board, and I wish us a fruitful deliberation. Thank you very much.
The address was followed by a speech by the JTB chairman, Mr. Babatunde Fowler.
The theme of our conference is collaboration between various taxing agencies. We believe that with this collaboration, apart from improving revenue, will provide better service to all taxpayers in Nigeria. We have discussed about the financial state of the country, and it is clear that without taxation, Nigeria cannot move forward. Even if the oil price were to change in the next 6 to 12 months, it will not be wise for us to continue to rely on oil revenue. So we have positioned ourselves. Your Excellency, I'd like to make a commitment on behalf of the Joint Tax Board in our last meeting, and I'm sure we'll discuss this in this meeting, that members of the Joint Tax Board will not disappoint Nigeria. Will provide required revenue that is needed both at the federal, state, and local government levels. I would also like to appreciate your grant of autonomy to the Kwara State Internal Revenue Service, and this, all can see, has had a desired impact. And I'd like to call on the other colleagues, the other governors of other states that have not taken this bold move to grant autonomy to other state internal revenue services. We have seen the giant change and strides that are going on, but like we say in the tax world, you can have a leader with a vision, but without the required revenue to make the dream.
We're happy to see that you have a vision and that your board of internal revenue is providing that revenue. So we can see actually happen on a day-to-day basis the transformation in Kwara. Congratulations, sir. I'd like to thank you once again on behalf of the Joint Tax Board and also inform you, and I'm sure that we will oblige, that we have adopted the blueprint of Kwara other states to follow.
Mr. M.I. Abubakar, the Secretary of the Joint Tax Board, gave the vote of thanks, after which His Excellency Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed and his entourage departed, leaving members of the Joint Tax Board to dive into a session of presentations and discussions. One of the highlights of the day was the tax debate by members of tax clubs in universities across the country. After a brilliant display by all the participating schools, the Obafemi Awolowo University, Ife, came first, followed by the University of Lagos, and the second runner-up was the Better by Far University, the University of Ilorin. Crowned the long day of deliberations and discussions